As you see, Chase Center fouling out. The Golden State Warriors take a 3-2 series lead, dealing the Celtics back-to-back losses. Celtics hadn't suffered back-to-back losses since January. They hadn't done it all postseason long. And the Warriors, despite Curry shooting 7 of 22 from the floor and 0 for 9 for the three-point line in the first ever game, he hasn't hit a three in the postseason. The Warriors still roll because of two-way Wiggins with the second straight double-double to 6 this postseason. And how about a little Gary Payton II? He balled out off the bench as well with 16 points. And the Warriors are one game away from winning their 4th championship in the last 8 seasons. And we welcome everybody to Warriors Live Finals Edition, presented by Toyota, with the Hall of Famer Chris Mullin, NBA champ Festus Ezeli, as well as NBA champ Darrell Wright. And D. Wright, no Curry, struggling. No problem. Andrew Wiggins was there to save the day.
All-star Wiggins, baby. He came up big time for this Golden State Warriors team. We saw it last game with Steph Curry putting his team on his back, and today his guy had him. He had this whole team, and he got it going. He couldn't hit a three, but attacking the basket, athletic finishes, and then going on the other end and basically shutting Jason Tatum down in that second half. Amazing night for Andrew Wiggins.
This is a night where they really needed a defense to step up. 9 for 40 from 3. The Golden State Warriors went 9 for 40 from 3. And they started off this game with a lot of slugs, just coming in the game and understanding the importance of this game. We talk about the percentages of who wins Game 5 and what that means for this series. And the Warriors seem to come in this game with a mission. Draymond Green, my guy, I said before the game he was going to have a double-double, fouled out, but he made his presence felt early. We talk about him being the heart and soul, came in the game and make his presence felt, and you know everybody else followed suit as well.
Yeah, they didn't shoot the three-ball well, but they dominated the points in the paint, 50-36. Points off turnovers, 22-9. Warriors with just 7 turnovers. And the Celtics missed 10 free throws. So they didn't look ready for prime time. The Warriors dominated the first quarter and the fourth quarter. A little flip-flop there in the second half. It's been the Warriors in the third and the Celtics in the fourth. But again, I thought the Warriors looked quicker to the ball, all the 50-50 balls. They made the Celtics look really choppy and robotic offensively, and that you have to give the Warriors credit, the defense. I thought Draymond was very aggressive tonight on offense and defense. Andrew Wiggins was spectacular for the second game in a row.
Yeah, Wiggins with a double-double again, his 6th this postseason, but a guy who's just come back during the NBA Finals in Game 2. That's Gary Payton II. He's standing by with Gareth Burke. Gary Payton II with 15 points off the bench for the Golden State Warriors. He was 6 of 8 from the floor, also had a couple steals. Let's hear from KB, who's standing by with GP2.
All right, Gary, we're going to start with a simple question that carries a lot of weight. What was the importance of winning Game 5?
Everything, you know, it was kind of back against the wall for both teams. We knew this win right here. First team to get back-to-back dubs is going to change the series. So, you know, we took care of home court. We got it back. Now go on the road and get greedy.
A monster game for Andrew Wiggins in Game 4. He follows it up with an even bigger one. What's it like watching him work?
Oh, it's amazing. You know, just to see him grow from the start of the season to now. You know, he's flourishing and he's at his peak right now. And you know, we got one more step to take care in a couple days.
At the start of the season, he had that huge dunk over Karl Anthony Towns, and that was 2 of them. And that was kind of the moment you told him, Andrew, be aggressive. What happens when he's aggressive?
As you can see tonight, when he's aggressive, he's a force. He's a problem, and once he gets going, it's tough to slow him down.
And Gary, for you, everybody knows your journey through the NBA and the G League. What does it mean to you to be 1 win away from a championship?
I'll let you know in a few days.
That's fair enough. Thank you. Congratulations.
Great answer by GP2, as the Warriors will have a couple days off before they take on the Celtics in Game 6 in Boston at TD Garden. That game will take place Thursday night, 6 p.m. West Coast time, 9 o'clock Eastern. But Gary Payton II giving the Warriors a big boost off the bench with 15 points. Andrew Wiggins with the double-double, 26 points, 13 rebounds, 12 of 23. Didn't even hit a three. He was 0 for 6 from the perimeter, but his impact was loud. But the turning point in this basketball game came late in the third quarter. The Warriors were struggling in that third quarter. They had 6 points in the first 6 minutes of that frame as Boston outscored the Warriors 35-24. But right here, it's Jordan Poole with a huge 3. And despite the Celtics giving the Warriors a couple haymakers, Bully, the Warriors went into that final frame up 1, and then they opened the fourth quarter with a 10-0 run to put this game away.
Always important how you finish the quarters. And you said, Vontae, the Celtics dominated the third quarter but made no separation. Actually started the fourth quarter down one, a missed opportunity, and then the Warriors came out and dominated the fourth.
When you look at the field goal percentage and you look at the field goals, the Warriors had 70. The Warriors had 88 shots to the Boston Celtics 75 shots. And you look at the rebounding. Well, the Celtics out-rebounded the Warriors. What's the difference? Well, turnovers. The Boston Celtics were throwing the ball all over the place. They had 18 turnovers. And a stat for the Boston Celtics is whenever they're over 15 turnovers, then you have they haven't won a game in the postseason with 18 turnovers.
And D-Right, we see this fourth quarter. The Warriors open up the fourth quarter on a 10-0 run. These were important because these were the non-Steph Curry minutes. How long was Steve Kerr sit Steph Curry? We see Marcus Smart try to get the flop there. Clay with the three-pointer. He had it rolling there late in the third quarter. But this 10-0 run really separated the Warriors from the Celtics tonight.
Yes, sir, Bonte. It was big time right here. You can see Jordan Poole baiting Marcus Smart into another foul, offensive foul. But those 2 threes from Klay Thompson that we seen right there were big time. But this is something they've been missing all series long. In that fourth quarter or whenever Steph Curry goes to the bench, maintaining that lead. And that's exactly what the Warriors did tonight.
Jordan Poole, 14 points off the bench for the Golden State Warriors. Started to slow down in that second half. A little out of control of the first half. Settled down, hit that nice little mid-range there in the fourth quarter. But Andrew Wiggins, he's been steady Eddie all postseason long. Coming into this game, averaging 16.5 points per game and 8.5 rebounds. Tonight he was big again. Game number 4, he was huge in that fourth quarter, 17 points, 16 rebounds. His impact tonight, just being aggressive all night long. Andrew Wiggins has been solid. Probably the Warriors' second best player all postseason.
No question about that, Bonte. And in his 2 biggest games of his life, he's come up huge. Not only scoring the basketball, incredible individual defense and team defense, and rebounding like crazy. And he just gets this mismatch. You know, that's why he's the perfect fit here. He's clearly the third option, and he draws some great matchups. Here's Derek White, no chance, right over the top. So they come big with him, with Horford or Williams or White. He loves these matchups, and he is dominating. Here once again, Derek White. Sorry, buddy, too small, too weak. Andrew Wiggins dominating all night long.
That's right, Mully.
In a game like this, when they were struggling, you have an Andrew Wiggins, especially there in the third quarter where the Warriors are struggling to get a bucket. Andrew Wiggins continues to be that force for them. He gets easy buckets, gets to the rack. You can see a very aggressive Andrew Wiggins getting there, very athletic. I said that before the game. That is one position where the Warriors have an advantage athletically. It seems like he's also making Jason Tatum struggle on the end. It seems like every shot that Jason Tatum takes is off one leg, fadeaways. And so Andrew Wiggins has made his presence felt in this game for sure.
Yeah, and we saw his energy. I called this out in the beginning. He looked like he had a little pep in his step. And he was super aggressive. He was athletic. And he did it on both ends of the floor. And you see a guy that goes 0 for 6, those are usually guys, especially being a shooter, you shy away from being aggressive. You think just because you missed a few shots, that's the end of the world. Andrew Wiggins stayed aggressive on both ends of the floor.
And it looks like his confidence is starting to grow each and every game, D-Right?
And I think what Mully just mentioned about his matchup every single night, he has an advantage. He always sees the third best or the fourth best defender on every team each and every night. So he understands that those guys can guard him, and he's taking full advantage of that.
Confidence in this team is continuing to grow. This is everybody, too. This is Jordan Poole. This is Steph Curry. The offense just seems to get more crisp every game. They're understanding how to take advantage of the other team's defense. And then to start the game, how about starting the game, everybody moving the ball, Draymond getting to the rim. All these different things were leaving Steph and Klay open. And like I said, and like you said, the confidence of the team just continues to grow each game as well.
And we talked pregame, what were the keys? Rebounding was a big key. The Celtics did win that, but they killed themselves. They had 18 assists and 18 turnovers, giving up 22 points. So now all of a sudden the Warriors are in transition. They're in secondary break. They're not matched up in the half court. Celtics are at their best defensively when they're physical, locked up man-to-man in the half court. When you're in transition, that favors the Warriors tremendously.
And points in the paint, 50-36 for the Golden State Warriors tonight. Another key to the game. The team that's won the points in the paint battle has won the game in the finals. Warriors up 3-2 as we take a look at Klay Thompson. Look, nobody's going to – Andrew Wiggins played so well. Gary Payton II came off the bench, gave him a big boost. Nobody's going to remember that Klay Thompson went 7-14 on the 3-year anniversary of his injury in the NBA Finals in Game 6 against Toronto when he tore his ACL. 7-14, 21 points, 5 of 11 from 3. At one point, Steph, Klay, and Wiggins were combined 1 for 15, but Klay got it rolling late in the third quarter. And again, a nice night for Klay Thompson, his third straight solid night in these NBA Finals.
Yeah, and I love how Klay just let the game come to him. He wasn't trying to, find shots or anything like that. The ball found him, and he took advantage of those opportunities. Right there, you see, I don't know what Grant Williams is doing right there, losing him in transition. Another one right here going under the screen and knocking it down from the top of the key. That's a layup for him, but thought he did a great job with playing at a great pace. Let the game come to him. They tried to double. He got the ball out of his hand. Right here, a flop and another layup.
Klay Thompson's making plays tonight, and that opened up the floor for him. You see him going under. It's because they tried to trap him to start the game. He was making great reads. Klay Thompson's another guy whose confidence continues to grow as the series goes along. He's 21 points tonight, 5 for 11. You just see him continue to get better. Jaylen Brown has done a good job of him on him most of the series, but Klay Thompson is another guy who, once he gets going, he's just getting us a little taste of what's to come. Game 6 Klay is coming.
And Willie, he surpasses the great LeBron James for most threes made in finals history. He now has 104 threes made in the finals. Steph Curry didn't hit a three tonight. He still leads by 42 there. But Klay Thompson, another strong second half. Remember Friday night in Game 4, he had 5 points at the half, Willie, scored 13 in the second half, a big 8 in the fourth quarter alongside his defense. Tonight again, 5 points in the first half. He erupted in the second half for 16 big points and more lockdown defense.
Yeah, and I thought those threes he made in the second half were huge. The game was in the balance. He found himself free in transition. You saw the clip there where they both went to Steph Curry, knocked down a quick catch and shoot there. And those shots makes the defense extend out even more, opened up the lane, and that's why they dominated the points in the paint. The threat of the three-point shot opened up the lane. I thought the Warriors did a great job attacking the paint to score, and in turn, 36 points in the paint.
Draymond Green tonight, he had a bounce-back night for the Golden State Warriors. 8 points, 8 rebounds. I thought he was under control, even though he did foul out in his basketball game, but he also had the 7 assists. He looked to be more aggressive early on, too, Festus, and he almost got that triple-double that a lot of people called. Look at that, 8. Actually, I have 8 rebounds here on the stat sheet, 8, 8, and 7, Festus. Draymond Green with another Draymond Green type of night, his best game by far in these NBA Finals.
We already knew that Draymond was going to bounce back. He has been this person. The Warriors are not getting here without Draymond. And so for people to jump off the wagon, I understand. He has not played his best up until this point in the finals, but you have a Steph Curry on your team to carry the load. Tonight, Draymond showed up. He's brought the physicality like we all know he can. He was decisive with his passes, making sure other guys were involved, especially to start the game. And getting the offense going like that, I think that's what Draymond does. And getting the Warriors up to a good start was his role tonight.
Yeah, I love how he started the game off. He started the game off with a backdoor pass to Otto Porter Jr. that was pretty nice, and then a few floaters, a few layups of his own. So he inserted himself in his game pretty early. Did an amazing job with, being that quarterback and being that playmaker as well. And then on the defensive end, just being aggressive and, stepping up and kind of being everywhere. That safety that we always talk about. So a great night for Draymond. Another good game for him to build on.
You look at all those clips, Draymond's attacking the rim, attacking the paint, going straight line drives, getting a foot in the paint, either to score or make a play. So I thought his overall game was beautiful tonight, defensively, rebounding, assists, but his disposition, just attacking the paint to score first and be a threat. We saw him hit a runner. He had 2 dunks, so physically